Hagerstown Suns, Haas's Steak and Sea, Bears Repair, The Final Score, and Atlantic Security.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome into Eagle Field. It is the home of the Hedgesville Eagles and the site of today's West Virginia High School playoff baseball matchup. It is a State Class AAA Region 2 Section 1 championship game as the Eagles play host to the Musselman Applemen. In the Procter & Gamble broadcast booth, it's Matt Miller and Matt Crawford. We've got John Alderton, our TV10 cameraman, Caleb Falero, our studio engineer. For information on a career with Procter & Gamble in Berkeley County, visit pgcareers.com. Here we are, day 4 of the tournament, and we have a matchup that I don't know how many people would have expected when play began on Tuesday, as Hedgesville, the 2 seed, hosts the 4 seed Musselman Applemen. Hedgesville, with a win tonight, is the sectional champion as they are 2-0 here in the postseason tournament. For Musselman, they dropped their first one but have won back-to-back games, and they've got to find a way to beat this Hedgesville team twice to claim the title.
Well, Matt, I know neither you or I imagined these two teams playing, because both you and I, before the playoffs started, projected that Martinsburg was going to be the team that came out of this section and was going to be representing this section in the regional title series. But Musselman, for the second straight years, knocked off the number 1 team in the section. Did it last year against these Hedgesville Eagles right here. I know Hedgesville's trying to redeem that a little bit this year, so we'll see if they can come out and do it tonight. But if Musselman plays the way they did last night with the grit and determination that they had in the second half of that ball game, they can compete with anybody in this state.
Musselman opened the tournament on Tuesday with a 5-2 loss at Martinsburg, bounced back on Wednesday at Spring Mills, beating the Cardinals 11-0, and last night fell behind 5-0 after 3 innings, but began their rally with a run in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. They scored 3 in the 6th, including the tying run on a bases-loaded walk, and then it went extra innings, and in the top of the 8th inning, after a Martinsburg error helped to keep that inning alive, another bases-loaded walk brought in what proved to be the game-winning run as Musselman got that victory 6-5.
The key to last night's game for Musselman, not only at the plate, they did what they needed to do to put runners on and get the runs across they needed. Cole Campbell coming in, relieving Jared Jenkins out of the bullpen early on in the game. Jenkins couldn't even get his first out in the second inning, and then Cole Campbell came in and just pitched an absolute gem. So I think he is probably the biggest reason they're playing here tonight.
Meanwhile, the Hedgesville Eagles have been dominant in this tournament, putting 15 runs on the board in a 15-10 win against Spring Mills in the opener on Tuesday. I know you go dominant, and they gave up 10 runs, yeah, but they couldn't be stopped offensively as they pounded the baseball, including a couple of big home runs, one from Brady Weaver and the other a grand slam from Chase DeLauder. And then on Wednesday, they went to Martinsburg, and DeLauder was just very solid on the hill as he went the distance in a 4-0 victory over the Bulldogs.
He also had a 12 strikeouts. But going back to that Spring Mills game, you mentioned big home runs from Weaver and DeLauder. You can also say 2/3 of the entire offense, run production-wise, it came from just 2 players. They accounted for 10 of the runs driven in of those 15 here for these Eagles.
Well, and that is the lineup that tonight Trevor Sharp has to find a way to slow down as he will get the start for the Applemen. Parker Martin will get the start tonight for the Hedgesville Eagles. Hedgesville coming in at 21-8, winners of 5 in a row, 6 of 7. Musselman coming in at 15-12. They've won 4 of their last 6 and 6 of their last 8. We'll hear from the coaches when we come back. Our pregame brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services for home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio-video distribution, and more. Find them online at WHMsystems.com or phone 304-350-1931. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Welcome back into Eagle Field, where we get ready for high school playoff baseball. Hedgesville hosting Musselman. Time now to hear from Eagles first-year head coach Eric Grove. We asked him about the day off yesterday and a chance to rest a little before heading into this title game tonight.
Well, I think it was good because you got to see our kids relax for the evening and, just focus on their mechanics some. And a lot of them went in the game last night. And just, it's always good to watch a couple other teams play, see some things that they do that we could maybe use to our advantage tonight, but also just to fix our game a little bit. And I like the way they practiced. It was a pretty loose environment, but I think they know they need to focus in tonight if they want to finish this tonight. So I expect them to do their best to do that.
You talk about fixing your game. You've played very well through the first two games in this tournament. What have you seen from your team?
They've showed a lot more fight the last week and a half when things haven't quite went their way. They just have, been a little more professional about it. And that's really a team that's this talented. That's what they need. They need to realize that not everything's going to go your way, and you can't point the finger. You just have to, just get the next play. And it's a lot like golf, another sport I like. You can't look at the holes that you played. You have to look at the holes you're playing. And I know we hit that rough spot in the middle of the year, but I said as long as we peak at the end of the year, nobody will remember that. And right now, nobody remembers it, and especially after tonight, I hope nobody remembers it either.
You see Musselman for a third time this season. You met twice in the regular part of the year, and you got wins in both of those. What do you learn from those that helps you tonight?
Well, I know that they're playing, I feel like, their best ball right now. And Coach Hartman's a great coach. He's a great guy. I got a lot of respect for him and everything they do out there. And I know that they'll certainly be off an emotional high from last night to go in that environment and be down and come back. Given the circumstances, I thought it was a good win for them. And throughout their lineup, it seems like got a lot of guys putting the ball in place. We're going to have to play defense. Expect a good game from Parker, and I think if we just keep hitting well, I think we'll be okay. But I definitely expect a good test from them.
Talk to us a little about the effort today to even have this game with some rain that came through earlier.
Well, I got the message about a half hour ago that there's another game that's not taking place now, and for whatever, I feel like we worked hard, but our facility definitely requires a good bit of upkeep, and we had some guys out here working earlier today, and it just Mother Nature does her part for sure. But there's a couple of low spots that we had to take care of. We got 24 tons of dirt yesterday, and we used a few tons today, so wasn't real happy with some of the dirt that was around the mound and around home plate. So we kind of got that taken care of, and I think the field looks good, so I'm excited for that. I hope we get a big crowd and hopefully give them something to cheer about.
Coach, thank you. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
That is Hedgesville head coach Eric Grove and some of his thoughts heading into this matchup against Musselman. Let's turn our attention to the Applemen and first-year head coach Josh Hartman. We begin our conversation talking about, an exciting 6-5 win at Martinsburg last night.
Tell you why, we didn't quit. We're down early 5-0 in that ball game, and these guys didn't lay down. And I like the way they fought back. And Cole Campbell came in, I think, the third inning and did an outstanding job shutting those guys down. And we chipped away inning after inning and pulled it out in the end.
Once you kind of got that first run across, was that the one that kind of broke the dam open, so to speak?
Yeah, anytime you get that first run on the board, it's a good thing. Of course, it adds confidence. Hey, we can score runs, and we kept adding on. It's good stuff.
And you did it with 2 outs. The clutch hits that you came up with and the rallies that you came up with, how did you get that done?
Well, anytime you go up with 2 outs and you get base runners on, and that's a confidence thing, and you're not out of it until you get the third out of the inning. And when you got 2, it's just another number there. So we kept battling away and got a few runs there.
You mentioned Campbell. Talk to us about what you saw from him. Was that the best you've seen him throw this year?
That is the best I've seen him throw this year, absolutely. He wasn't scared of anything. Okay? He looked like he's been out there 100 times doing that, and the confidence that he has is a great thing, and did an outstanding job for us.
So now it sets you up here tonight again in a must-win situation. What is it you see in this matchup with Hedgesville?
We've been here and done that. The past 2 games were elimination games for us, and we're just going to try to keep fighting as long as we can with this, and hopefully get this one tonight and come back at it again tomorrow.
I'm looking at your schedule and down the stretch here, and now because of the postseason, you've played like 10 of your last 11 on the road. So no big deal coming here tonight, right?
It seems like it's easier on the road. You know, you feed the boys. You don't have to worry about getting your field prepped and ready and things like that. You take in and out on our home field and get on the bus and come down the road. So the road warriors, I guess.
What do you learn from the 2 losses against Hedgesville in the regular season?
Those are in the past. We didn't play very good either time we played them. Baseball's a whole new game, a whole new night for us. So hopefully come out tonight and get that job done. Short memory with things like that.
Coach, thank you. Good luck.
All right, Matt. Thanks, sir.
Well, there you hear from Josh Hartman, first-year head coach for Musselman, hoping his team can come out and for a second straight night, if you will, pull the upset. They got the win over Martinsburg last night. They need a win over Hedgesville tonight to force a decisive championship game tomorrow here in AAA Region 2 and Section 1. We need to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll look at today's starting lineups. Our pregame show brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems. Phone 304-350-1931 or go to WHMsystems.com. We're back in 60. It's West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
W Medicine has planted itself here, and they're the first university that I've found who wants to take ownership of this population of Western Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and the good people of West Virginia. And it's really refreshing to see.
I was able to do things that the patients were going away for, which is good for the patients, and it's good for us because we have more resources. Certainly has helped take us to another level.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Well, back at Eagle Field, Matt Crawford, Matt Miller with you. John Alderton, our TV10 cameraman. Caleb Falero is our studio engineer. Time for the starting lineups, a service of D&N Auto Specialist, where honesty is their best policy. Get it fixed right the first time at D&N Auto. Call 304-267-4078 to schedule an appointment. We begin with the Musselman Applemen, 15-12 on the season, led by head coach Josh Hartman, assisted by Brian Klepner, Dave Linton, Malcolm Lee, and Tyler Robinson. Blake Hartman is in center field. He'll bat first. Batting second baseman Justin Murphy. The #3 hitter is shortstop Caleb Horner. The cleanup hitter in left field, Ethan Wilson. Batting fifth and catching, Ben Bartles. In the 6th spot, the designated hitter Devin Moxley. In a true DH role for starting pitcher Trevor Sharp. First baseman Nick Reeves batting 7th. The #8 hitter at third is Andy Wolf, and the right fielder Sean Hammond will bat 9th. Hartman, Murphy, and Horner, followed by Wilson, Bartles, and Moxley. Reeves, Wolf, and Hammond in the batting order with Sharp on the hill. The Hedgesville Eagles, the home team, 21-8 on the season, led by first-year head coach Eric Grove, assisted by Nicky Brown, Derek Snyder, Mike Quinn, Levi Marty, Scott Budka, and Brian Mosley. For Hedgesville, third baseman Josh Rush leads off, followed by the center fielder Chase DeLauder. Batting third, shortstop Kyle West. In the cleanup, right fielder Hunter Coe. The #5 hitter, catcher Brady Weaver. Batting 6th, tonight's pitcher Parker Martin. The #7 hitter at first base, Jamison Matthew. Batting 8th, second baseman Tyler Bubb. And the #9 hitter, the DH, Ty Snyder. Batting for starting left fielder J.R. Luttrell. So it's Rush, DeLauder, and West, followed by Coe, Weaver, and Martin. Matthew, Bubb, and Snyder round out the batting order with Luttrell in left field. Lineups brought to you by D&N Auto Specialist. Family owned and operated since 1974. They specialize in exhaust alignments and tires. Give them a call at 304-267-4078 to set up your appointments. We have seen some ominous clouds roll around the area and understand some pretty hard rain fell in Martinsburg but so far so good here in Hedgesville.
Yeah, thankfully, because after hearing what the coaching staff went through here today, I'm not sure how much more rain this field could take.
Now the team's being introduced to a pretty good crowd on hand here for this one. Hedgesville out of the dugout on the first base side. Musselman out of the dugout on the third base side. As we pause here for the playing of the national anthem, we'll take our final break and then come back with the opening pitch and all the play-by-play. Stay tuned for West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Ron Hawker here. You have no idea what Johnny's goes through to bring you the best seafood around. We have snow crab clusters, shrimp, crab meat, fish, all the best seafood you want at Johnny's. It's a tough job out here, but our customers are worth it. Johnny's with 2 great locations, 1456 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, and Route 11 south in Chambersburg.
We only make home loans, so we better be good at it. And we are. It's that simple. With our focus solely on mortgage lending, you can come to us with peace of mind knowing that your mortgage loan is in good hands. As one of the nation's largest private lenders, our focus is on helping you get into your new home.
Play ball! The pregame is over, and we're ready for today's opening pitch and the play-by-play. So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
For Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, we are in the Procter & Gamble broadcast booth. For information on a career with Procter & Gamble in Berkeley County, visit pgcareers.com. Matt Miller, Matt Crawford, John Alderton, our TV 10 cameraman, and Caleb Falero, our studio engineer and producer. Caleb, thanks for dealing with a little bit of an issue getting us up on TV 10 this evening. We are on the air on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube, and, of course, each of our radio broadcast entities, FM 106.5, AM 740, the WRNR Talk Radio app, and talkradioWRNR.com. The white uniforms with the blue lettering and trim, the blue hat with a white cap, and the state of West Virginia with the H in white for the Hedgesville Eagles, who are in the field with Parker Martin taking his warm-up tosses, getting ready to bat, wearing the white baseball pants, the Kelly Green jersey tops, white lettering and red trim, the Musselman Appleman, and tonight they wear the white hat with the Kelly Green bill and the red M outlined in that Kelly Green. Tell you close up, that's a sharp-looking cap.
It is, and the exact same uniforms I wore last night, I think for a specific reason. Worked last night. Don't mess with anything. Don't mess with the mojo. Keep everything the exact same.
I wonder if that means they washed them or not.
No, if you're wearing the same ones, you don't wash them.
That's what I thought. Well, we are ready for today's opening pitch, brought to you by the Mortgage Center on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, where Mark and Cheryl Savage treat you like family with personal one-on-one service. They'll walk you from application to settlement with low interest rates and closing costs. Phone 304-267-9040, online at mortgagefinancing.com. Blake Hartman in the right-hand batter's box in the first pitch from Parker Martin, down low and outside. That is ball 1, and our opening pitch coming at 6:58. Blake Hartman, a sophomore, the only sophomore in the starting lineup for Musselman, swings and lifts this one in the air. Foul territory, first base side, only about a quarter to halfway down the line, and a nice play by Parker Martin, straddling that foul line, makes the catch on that pop-up for out number 1.
Where we are in the press box, when the ball gets up in the air like that, hard to see where it's going or where it's coming down. And the way that Jameson Matthew came in from first and Martin came off the mound along with Brady Weaver throwing that mask off. Wasn't sure who was going to come down and get that one, but good job by Parker Martin fielding his position early in this one.
2 pitches, 1 out. It brings up Justin Murphy, and he takes low and outside for ball 1. Murphy, one of 5 seniors in the starting lineup. Starting second baseman. Swings and pops this one up. Foul territory, first base side. Jamison Matthew over on the warning track. Near the fence, reaches up and makes the grab. So again, a 2-pitch at bat, and again a pop-outs. This one in foul territory. Nice play by Matthew. 2 away, bases empty for Caleb Horner.
Pretty consistent so far for Parker Martin. You miss on the first pitch and get to a 1-0 count, and then you get a swing warranted by Musselman, and they pop it up in the infield. A good play by Jameson Matthew. He was probably had to feel the fence a little bit and made sure to stay in to make a good catch.
Caleb Horner takes a called first strike. That fastball was right down the middle. Horner, a junior, steps out, takes that practice cut. The starting shortstop awaits that 0-1. Here it comes, and it's a bouncing ball foul, third base side. And a Musselman batter will see more than 2 pitches in this first.
We're going to see a pitch 3. Parker Martin on the year, a 3-1 record, a 2.68 ERA, and 31 1/3 on the mound. 31 hits given up, 23 runs, 12 of those earned, 27 strikeouts to 18 walks. Start number 8 for him in this contest.
Comes back with a pitch that stays high. Horner would not chase, and it moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Horner with 28 hits in 84 at-bats. That's a .333 average. No home runs, 20 driven in. Fastball just off the outside corner, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's a hard angle from where we're at to really see how far off the plate that is. We're kind of catty-cornered to the left of home plate.
Now that 2-2 pitch snaps across the inside corner. It's a called strike 3. Caleb Horner goes down on strikes. 28th K of the season for Parker Martin. 15th time Horner has gone down, and Musselman goes in order in their first at-bats. We step aside, heading to the bottom of inning number 1 with the score Musselman 0, Hedgesville coming to the plate.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
On the mound, going through his warm-up tosses, Trevor Sharp, making his second postseason start for Musselman. He'll face Josh Rush, Chase DeLauder, and Kyle West. The top 3 in the Hedgesville order, scoreless as we go to the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Trevor Sharp and Parker Martin, pretty similar stats, except when it comes to innings pitched. Well, even those are somewhat comparable to one another. Trevor Sharp coming in a 3-2 record, a 2.52 ERA, in 25 innings of work. Came into the first game that we saw him in the sectional tournament earlier this week, which is 19 innings on the mound, fighting a little bit of injury from the midpoint of the season until about a week or 2 before the regular season wrapped up. So he's still trying to get into this form for this point in the season, I think is the best way to put it. But definitely played well the first time we saw him.
Looking forward to seeing him against this pretty vaunted Hedgesville Eagle lineup. Well, it's turned out to be a pretty nice evening for high school baseball. We do have cloudy skies. Our game time temperature 74 degrees. 55 will be the overnight low. Clouds and some PM showers tomorrow, a high of 63. Saturday night's low 52, and then clouds and rain on Sunday and a cool front coming in. The high Sunday only 55.
Thought we were getting to spring. It's mid-May now.
I love it. I like a 55-degree day.
I like the mid to low 60s.
Here we go as Josh Rush steps into the right-hand batter's box. The lefty on the hill, Trevor Sharp, delivers a fastball that misses high for ball 1. Rush, a junior, one of 4 juniors in the starting lineup, as Hedgesville will start 5 seniors, 4 juniors, 1 sophomore. Sharp to the plate, and this pitch down low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Rush 35 for 103. That's good for a 340 batting average. 1 home run, 14 driven in, 6 walks. Bumps that on-base percentage to 395 for the leadoff hitter.
Taking all the way on the 2-0, sees the fastball down the middle for strike 1. The 4-man umpiring crew again working this postseason game. We see 2 umpires throughout the regular season, 4 in the playoffs. 2-1 pitch, good one. In underneath the hands of Rush. He swings over the top of it. It's 2-2. Buck Hoffmaster is behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Dave Boyd at first. James Franklin at second. C.L. Baker at third. 2-2 pitch from Sharp. Bounces out in front of the plate. Nice play by Ben Bartles to block that one, and the count is full 3-2. Well, you mentioned Rush does not walk a lot. Just 6 in 103 at-bats. He likes to swing the bat. Sharp with the 3-2 pitch. Here it comes, and it misses inside. Rush draws his 7th walk of the season, and Hedgesville has the leadoff man aboard in the bottom of the first.
Walk number 11 warranted for Trevor Sharp in the season, and a good way to put a runner on for the always dangerous Chase DeLauder. The lefty now stands in batting .584 with a .675 on-base percentage.
And the senior, an outstanding ball player, the state player of the year last year, and making every bid to repeat. He looks at a breaking pitch that snaps across the plate. That's a called strike 1.
It's a good breaking ball. Gave DeLauder a little bit of happy feet standing in the box.
Now that tough lefty-lefty matchup. Always difficult, it seems, for that left-hand batter to pick up the ball out of the hand of the left-hand pitcher, especially with the sweeping type of movement. Here's a fastball outside edge. It's a called strike 2.
When you're batting .584 and .675 on base percentage with 24 walks, I don't think there's too difficult of a matchup that DeLauder's seen this year, lefty or righty. He's seen the ball very well, no matter which side of the rubber the pitcher throws from.
The 0-2 delivery. There's that curveball cued off the end of the bat, slowly rolling towards the second baseman. Charging is Murphy. He's got it. Turns, throws, not in time. It's an infield base hit for Chase DeLauder. It sends Josh Rush to second. The first 2 have reached in the Hedgesville first inning.
And that was such a tough play for Justin Murphy to try to come in and make. It was a ball hit off the end of the bat of DeLauder and had a good amount of backspin on it. So when it hit the grass, it immediately slowed down. Good job by Murphy charging in, trying to make a play on it, but DeLauder also pretty quick out of the left-handed batter's box, getting there with ease.
Yeah, once it got by Sharp, there was very little chance to get the batter coming out of the box. Well, the first pitch to Kyle West misses high for ball 1. He slid the hand up the barrel as though he might be ready to lay down a bunt, but took that pitch. West, a sophomore, the lone sophomore in the starting lineup. Left-hand batter again, slides the hand up, but takes a pitch he thought was outside, but it is a called strike on the edge. 1-1 the count.
Matt, the wind blowing out towards right field today, and with quite a few lefties in this lineup for Hedgesville and a powerful lineup, you know they're trying to get a ball into the air.
And a pretty strong wind blowing out there as well. The 1-1 pitch just misses high. 2 balls and a strike. That one has Trevor Sharp kind of shaking his head. Wanted that borderline pitch and didn't get it. West a .372 average, no homers, 28 driven in. He's got 35 hits in 94 at-bats. Again, he's going to square. This time he pops that bunt up foul as it goes back over top of the press box out of play. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Got to get a bunt down.
We saw last night.
Yep.
Struggles to get that bunt down for Musselman. The popped up bunt that was caught by Martinsburg catcher Aaron Pearson in last night's game. West now, I'm imagining, swings away with the 2-2 due. Here it comes, and it's in on his hands. A slow roller towards the shortstop. Charging in on it is Horner. He's got no play. A walk and a pair of infield base hits has loaded him up for Hedgesville with nobody out in the bottom of the first.
Back-to-back infield singles for a lineup, and when you look at it, you're going to we got to worry about the deep ball and the slugging percentage, and back-to-back infield singles. And Hedgesville just shows they're dangerous in any way possible. A 1 through 9 is you want to have a conversation between home plate umpire Buck Hoffmaster, James Franklin. As I don't know, they're looking towards the outfield.
C.L. Baker, the third base umpire, in on that conversation as well. Not sure what the conversation may have been about.
Neither coach was talked to or anything. No players talked to. So maybe figuring out who has what assignment on a ball hitting the air or something like that. But with a four-man umpiring crew, you'd think that's pretty well set up before a game.
Bases loaded, nobody out, no score, bottom of the first. Hunter Coe, right fielder cleanup hitter at the plate. And Sharp's first pitch to him, and there's the bender that stays outside for ball one. Tried to start that one on the outside edge and then snap it in across the plate, and it did not. And now we have time being taken.
There are kids playing in the park behind left field. I don't know if they're making...
Oh, a ball came in from those kids that are playing on the smaller field that is out beyond the left field fence here. This facility, all a part of the Little League complex here, just down below the hillside from the old Hedgesville High, now Hedgesville Middle School. And so a ball came in behind the left fielder Ethan Wilson. C.L. Baker, the third base umpire, seeing that, calls for time, and they get that ball out of the way. Now we're ready to go back to action again as Hunter Coe awaits the 1-0. Here it comes, swing and a miss through that fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big situation early in this one, and a tough guy to have at the plate right now, hitting .434 with 5 home runs and second on the team with 37 runs batted in. Swings, grounds it, backhanded by the third baseman Wilson, able to step on third, fire to the plate, and they apply the tag to the runner coming home, Josh Rush, and they will get the unorthodox double play as DeLauder is erased at third for the first out of the inning, and Rush is erased at home for the second out.
That is such great situational awareness by Andy Wolf at third base, knowing that if he touched third base, obviously a forced play, and then having the awareness to go home instead of trying to go to first and cut down a run scoring at the plate. That is a huge play by third baseman Andy Wolf.
Puts runners at first and second for Brady Weaver. He'll pop it up foul territory, first base side, and it gets back out of play. Nick Reeves gave it a look. Justin Murphy there as well, but not enough room to hold it. And the count 0-1. So you've got Coe at first with West at second, 2 outs, and no run in. Wow, nice play by Andy Wolf and good pitching by Trevor Sharp. Let's see if he can get out of this jam without giving up a run. Weaver, a very dangerous hitter, especially in those power categories. A .314 average, 7 homer. He's driven in 30. Pitch down low, gets through the legs of Ben Bartles, and the runners will advance as West goes to third and Coe to second. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Weaver.
And Bartles couldn't find the baseball. Home plate umpire Buck Hoffmaster had gotten out of the way of home plate, and I think he was unintentionally standing right in the line of sight of Ben Bartles.
Perhaps a passed ball on that pitch was down low, or perhaps a wild pitch.
That's an in-betweener. That's a tough call to make.
Brady Weaver awaits that 1-1. Here it comes, a swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Either way, it advances the 2 base runners, so 2 in scoring position for Hedgesville with 2 outs, and Weaver now awaiting the 1-2 pitch. Wind really whipping now. Here comes that pitch. Just misses inside. Weaver spins that front shoulder back out of the way. The senior takes, and the count evens 2-2. Brady Weaver's had a very strong career here at Hedgesville. Seems like he's been playing here for years. It's because he has. He was playing on the varsity level even as a freshman. The 2-ball, 2-strike pitch on the way. Sharply hit into the gap in left center field. It's going to be down for extra bases. Takes a couple of hops to the base of the fence. There to pick it up is Ethan Wilson. He'll get it in and hold Weaver to a double, but he brings home a pair of runs, scoring West from third, Coe from second, and Hedgesville's in front 2-0.
Phenomenal piece of 2-strike hitting, 2-out hitting by Brady Weaver, and you just see the pure power right there driving it to left center. And for Hedgesville, this is a good inning for them. After the double play that with no outs and the bases loaded, for them, you would have loved to at least get 1 run in the inning. And for Musselman, that's just got to be such a big sigh and get over it. Obviously, with that double play being made, you would have loved to have gotten out of the inning without giving up a run. But still, you got 1 more out to get in this inning, and a runner still in scoring position, so can't think on that one too long. Got to focus on the batter here, that batter being Parker Martin.
Well, we've seen some clutch 2-out hitting so far in this postseason tournament. Curveball cut on and missed by Martin, and the count 0 balls and a strike. Chance for the pitcher to help his own cause. Martin hitting .340, No homers, 19 driven in. Swings through a high fastball and is down in the count now, 0-2. He's got 16 hits in 47 at-bats on the season. Looking for another clutch 2-out hit that might bring home a run. He swings and bounces this one slowly, third base side, and it'll stay a fair ball. Trevor Sharp knew he didn't have a play, so as he got over to it, he decided to let it roll and see if it might go foul, but it hugged the line in the grass, and that is the third infield base hit in this inning for the Eagles.
That has got to be close to some sort of record, and none of them were a bunt.
No.
All of them were just truly balls that came off the end of the bat, or you didn't get a good piece of metal on, and somehow were just able to find a gap in the infield. Not even a gap in the infield, just find a spot in the infield where nobody's going to be able to make a play. And right now, I'd say luck is on the side of the Hedgesville Eagles here in the first.
Jamison Matthew to the plate with runners at the corners, 2 outs and 2 runs already in. And wait a minute, not Matthew. Tyler Bubb.
Oh, we both had that written down. I find it hard to believe that we would have.
That was off the sheet unless there was some type of a change made that we were unaware of. The first pitch was a strike. This pitch, a curveball for a strike, and the count at 0-2. So Bub awaits, and the next pitch he swings, gets just a piece of it, able to stay alive at the plate as that pitch came in and out of the mitt of the catcher Ben Bartles. So Bub will step back in with the count at no balls and 2 strikes. At the plate with runners at the corners and 2 outs. Now there goes the runner towards second as the pitch to the plate down around the feet of Bub. He fights it off, fouls it out of play off the first base side, and the count holds at 0-2. So apparently a late lineup change, perhaps moving Bub into the 7 spot and Jamison Matthew into the 8 spot, as Matthew right now is in the on-deck circle. Bub awaits, and that 0-2 pitch is due. Here it comes, off speed, hit in the air into right field. Sean Hammond started in, now goes back, and it's going to be over his head for extra bases. A courtesy runner coming around to score for Weaver. A courtesy runner coming around to score for Parker Martin. Stopping at second base, Tyler Bubb. He's got 2 runs batted in as he picks up RBI number 9 and 10 on the season with a double to right field, 4-0 Hedgesville.
Good piece of hitting by Tyler Bubb. Again, little 2-strike magic, and twice in this inning you've seen Trevor Sharp able to get to within 1 pitch of getting out of the inning, and a couple of courtesy runners. I think it was a number 2 Matt Rupenthal coming around to score for Brady Weaver, and it looked like a 28 Hunter Minute coming around to score for Parker Martin.
Conference on the mound as this inning has unfolded in an unfortunate fashion for Trevor Sharp, who frankly has not pitched that poorly, but simply has not had much luck with 3 infield base hits. And then that fly ball, we talked about it earlier, Matt, got up into that wind that's carrying out to right field, and Sean Hammond just didn't get a good read on it, and as he went back, ultimately realized, oh no, it had more carry and went over his head for the extra base hit.
He was turned facing center field, and at the last minute, I think the wind changed the trajectory of the ball, and he had to quickly spin around, and unfortunately, the ball was just coming down too quickly for him to adjust on that baseball. 4 runs across here for Hedgesville in the bottom of inning number 1.
So now it brings up Jamison Matthew, and the runner at second immediately takes off for third with the pitch to the plate. It's a stolen base. No need to throw down for Ben Bartles, as it was the easy steal of third for Bub. Stole that one on Sharp. He was taken off before Sharp really even got into his motion. So another run just 90 feet away. Fastball to Matthew. He swings through it. Count at 1 ball and 1 strike. I'll have to check during the break, but we had Jamison Matthew.
Apparently, I talked to Athletic Director Aaron Whitford sitting up here in the press box with us, and apparently it was a late switch to the lineup from the one we got.
All right, so the pitch down low and inside to Jamison Matthew. Now at 2 balls and 1 strike to him. That'll make your score sheet look a little awkward.
Yeah, just put a couple arrows.
I have
At least they're
done
only
so.
1 spot away from each other. That's
That
when
is
it gets
true.
really tricky, is if you have a guy switch a 4 spot and an 8 spot.
Ty Snyder, the 9th hitter of the half inning, waiting in the on-deck circle. The 2-1 due to Matthew. Here it comes. A strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-2. 4-0 Hedgesville, as they have plated 4 runs in this bottom of the first inning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, including 2 doubles and 3 infield singles. And how big was that double play from Andy Wolf earlier?
Cindy could have been really ugly for Musselman.
There's the 2-2 curveball, a swing and a miss. Matthew goes down on strikes. That will bring the inning to a close, but the damage is done as 8 batters come to the plate in the Hedgesville first, and they put 4 runs on the board. We'll go to the second. When we come back, it's Hedgesville 4 and Musselman nothing.
We only make home loans, so we better be good at it. And we are. It's that simple. With our focus solely on mortgage lending, you can come to us with peace of mind knowing that your mortgage loan is in good hands. As one of the nation's largest private lenders, our focus is on helping you get into your new home.
The National Maritime Center primary mission is to credential all U.S. mariners. We have approximately 250 employees here in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Most people aren't aware of the quality of life here in Berkeley County. We have a lot of employees that are from the area. We obviously have folks that have to do tours here, and it's kind of a little bit of a hidden secret of how nice the quality of life is here.
We move to the top of the second with the 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up for Musselman. Parker Martin in the first and needed just 9 pitches, 5 for strikes to set down the side in order. A pair of pop-outs, one that he caught, one caught in foul territory by first baseman Jamison Matthew, and then the strikeout looking on a 2-2 pitch to Caleb Horner. Let's see if Martin can be as efficient as he'll face Ethan Wilson out of the cleanup spot to get the inning started. Strong wind again continuing to blow, somewhat across the field but out towards right and right center. Ethan Wilson with a swing and a miss at strike 1. The senior left fielder with a .376 average, 32 hits, 85 at bats on the year, 3 home runs, 25 driven in, and he takes a called strike 2.
Wilson .376 batting average to go along with 13 walks that bumped his on base percentage to .486 in that cleanup spot.
Swings and bounces. The 0-2 pitch foul, third base side. Count holds at 0-2. We mentioned his power numbers, 3 home runs. He hit that 3rd home run in the tournament opener back on Tuesday. A solo shot that opened the second inning against Martinsburg. Hits this one high in the air pretty deep into right center field. Wind's going to carry that one well up over the head of Hunter Coe. The right fielder tracks it down at the base of the fence and fires to the cutoff man, holding Wilson at second with his 8th double of the season.
And that was 100%, I believe, a wind-powered double. No guarantee because you just can't tell how hard that ball was hit without the wind. It was a very well-hit baseball, not taking anything away from Wilson, but that ball getting up in the air and that wind blowing directly in that direction. So you got to think the wind helped add a few feet to that charge.
It'll bring up Ben Bartles with a runner in scoring position, and he'll take a pitch low and outside for ball 1. Golden opportunity for Musselman. When you give up runs, your goal, obviously, try to get some back as quickly as possible when they have that chance right now, down 4-0 with the leadoff double from Wilson. The 1-0 due to Bartles. Martin is ready. Here it comes. Misses outside off the glove of Weaver, but not far enough for Wilson to try to advance.
Yeah, Weaver had already kind of come up out of his crouch, so an easy one for him to run down quickly and not getting too far away as it popped in and out of the pocket of the glove.
Bartles, .256 average, a homer, 28 driven in, right-hand batter. Asks for time and gets it just before Parker Martin went into his delivery. He was lifting that front foot as we heard our plate umpire Buck Hoffmaster holler out time. Now we're back to action in the 2-0 pitch. That one misses inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Martin has had some issues with the 18 walks. Last thing he wants to do here is put him on, although it would put a force at third, second, or first. Try to get the first out of the inning. And here's a pitch down low and outside. That's a 4-pitch base on balls. And that will put Bartles at first. Runners at first and second for Devin Moxley. Moxley yesterday had a pretty good game against Martinsburg as he came up with a couple of hits, including a 2-out RBI hit in that fourth inning. Moxley's hit is the one that kind of, punched the first hole in the dam, so to speak, as that was the first run for Musselman, trailing 5-0 at that moment in time. That was a clutch 2-out hit to bring that run in. Moxley awaiting the first pitch from Parker Martin. He'll look at the runner at second. Here comes that pitch, and it's down low and outside, and that is ball 1. 5 straight pitches out of the zone. Matthew at first playing in front of the runner. Now going to back up and play behind Bartles. Not going to hold him with a runner at second as well. This pitch is down low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Martin taking his time as he walks down the back slope of the mound. Gathers his thoughts and now toes that pitching rubber. Works from the first base side of the rubber. Again, the runners with their leads. Nobody out in this top of the second in the 2-0 pitch. That one down low and outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Well, he has been hitting that same spot, but so far, Buck Hoffmaster says they're outside. And again, Martin showing some frustration, taking that glove off, walking down the back slope of the mound. Now coming back up again. 7 straight balls. Moxley awaits. Here's the pitch. And that's ball 4. The fastball missed high. 8 straight out of the strike zone after giving up the leadoff double. And just like that, Musselman ready to respond. Bases loaded, bottom of the second. Nobody out, and here comes Derek Snyder, the pitching coach.
And this is the top of the second that Musselman needed. In high school sports, you never know how the mind's going to work after coming in after an emotional high win for them last night, and to give up 4 runs in the bottom of that first inning, a couple of which coming with 2 outs in the inning. So you look at actually all of their, I guess you can say 2 of the 3 coming with, or 2 of the 4 coming with 2 outs in the inning. But this is a good response for them in the top of inning number 2.
Well, now they've got to take advantage of the opportunity that lay before them as Nick Reeves will stand in as the conference on the mound concludes. Bases loaded, nobody out in the first pitch to Reeves. Off the outside corner for ball 1.
Make that ball 9 in a row for Parker Martin. Reeves on the season, a .238 hitter. 6 RBI as well.
Takes this one down low and outside. 10 straight balls thrown by Martin. 2-0 to Reeves, and he's taking until he sees a pitch. That one just off the outside corner for ball 3. Now that one was a little bit closer, and now we've got time being taken as Eric Grove is going to come out of the dugout off the first base side and ask Buck Hoffmaster exactly where those pitches are. And Buck Hoffmaster holding that conversation now with Coach Grove about just how close those are and what the strike zone is. That conversation continuing. And now we'll wrap up.
And those are interesting conversations to have, because there's one thing that umpires don't really like to hold conversations about, and that most of the time that makes that strike zone just that much tighter. So you want to get your point across. If you're Coach Grove, that might make the strike zone a little smaller.
Well, the 3-0 is a fastball right down the middle, and that draws the roar of the crowd. You hear that. Somewhat of a mocking roar. Now let's see if Reeves takes the bat off his shoulder. He now swinging at the 3-1. Grounds it in the hole between first and second. Out into right field. A run will score, and that will be it. Hunter Coe with a strong arm throws a one-hopper to the plate. Able to cross from third, Ethan Wilson. The bases will remain loaded with Bartles at third, Moxley at second, and Reeves aboard at first with the RBI single. Cutting into the deficit now, Hedgesville 4 and Musselman 1.
Now, Matthew was playing in, but I don't think it would have mattered on that play. It was a very well hit ball by Nick Reeves into the hole.
How about the 6th run batted in on the season for Nick Reeves, a clutch base hit. Bases remain loaded with nobody out, and the number 8 hitter, Andy Wolf, sends a fly ball deep center field. DeLauder goes back, can't get to it as it hits right off the base of the fence. Bartles will score. Moxley being waved around, and now they're going to have a run down as Moxley stopped, and an easy play for West to apply the tag to Nick Reeves, trying to get back to second base. So Bartles will score. That will cut that deficit to 4-2. Moxley will stay at third, and Wolf will be aboard at second. And unfortunately, as Moxley made that turn and then ended up staying put, that left Reeves in no man's land, and he's tagged out for the first out of the inning.
I think that was a case where Coach Hartman threw up the sign for the runner coming from second, not necessarily coming around third for Devin Moxley, but I think Moxley took it as to hold up.
First pitch to Sean Hammond, the number 9 hitter in the order, down low and inside for ball 1. He's at the plate with 1 out and 2 in scoring position. Here's a pitch down low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. So Reeves erased as that play went 8-6, swinging. Here's a ground ball, gloved by the third baseman, Rush, going to get the runner at third in the rundown. Moxley towards the plate, now back towards third, and the rundown will continue as eventually Kyle West takes the throw from catcher Brady Weaver and applies the tag, and a couple of base running mistakes hurting Musselman right now.
Now that one going to go down as a 5-2-6 out in the scorebook. Yelled pickle a few times over the last 2 batters.
So Hammond reaches at first on the fielder's choice, and it puts runners at the corners. And back to the top of the order in Blake Hartman, who swings through strike 1. Andy Wolf now the runner at third, and Wolf, once he got to third, held his ground. It was going to be up to Moxley to get out of the pickle and score, or he was going to be retired. This pitch just low and outside. 1-1 now to Hartman, who is 0 for 1. He has popped out to the pitcher just up the first base line. The 1-1 to the plate. That fastball on the outside edge taken for a called strike 2. And Martin a pitch away from getting out of the inning. What a crazy top of the second it has been so far. Seen a lot of action just going back to that bottom of the first. Here we go with a pitch down in the dirt in front of the plate. Bounces away from Weaver. Off to his left. He'll get to it and will not even make the throw to Martin, as coming home to score from third is Andy Wolf, scoring on the head first dive. That'll be a wild pitch as that one bounced out in front of the plate. Third run in for Musselman as they trail now 4-3. Sean Hammond at third base at the end of that play.
These are the score sheets you really love to read at some point during the game, just because trying to decipher everything.
Well, the 2-2 pitch is taken for a called strike 3, and Hartman gets caught looking. That will bring the inning to a close, but a good inning for Musselman as they are able to respond after giving up 4 in the bottom of the first, putting 3 on the board here in the top of the second. Through 1.5 at Eagle Field, it's Hedgesville 4 and Musselman 3.
It's the late nights. It's the early mornings. It's working in the sunshine and rain and snow. It's the dedication, the care, the hours of training that led to the winner's circle. It's our job, our passion, our lives. We are the Horsemen.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
The bottom of the second inning, Trevor Sharp back out there for Musselman. We had him at about 33 pitches with 22 for strikes in that first inning as he faced 8 batters, gave up 4 runs on 5 hits, albeit 3 of them never got out of the infield.
Again, I still think that's got to be close to some sort of record that you've had 3 infield singles in one inning, and none of them have been bunts. I get that on bunts, but you usually don't get that sort of luck on 3 that you're swinging away.
It'll bring up Ty Snyder out of the number 9 spot in the order. Today's designated hitter, batting for starting left fielder J.R. Luttrell. Snyder into the right-hand box against the lefty Sharp. And the first pitch on the way, swing and a miss for strike 1. With the long hair of Sharp and the way it sticks out on the sides of his head as he pulls the cap on, he reminds me of what was it, Mark the Bird Fidrich way back in the day. Here comes a pitch that just misses a bit low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. I know young buck here is going on.
I'm thinking Jeff Samardzija, to be honest.
Well, that's true.
That's
okay,
what
in your
I see.
era,
Yes.
in your era, yes.
I'm thinking of the shark, Jeff Samardzija.
There you go. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch on the way. That curveball, a strike on the inside corner. Now 1-2 to Ty Snyder. He's hitting .245, 12 hits in 49 at-bats. No homers, 9 driven in. Here comes the 1-2, and the fastball low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both of these guys are throwing a pretty good number of pitches early on in this one. And for Musselman especially, playing for their 4th straight day, pitching could get thin. 2 ball, 2 strike delivery. There's the curveball, just missing, and the count goes full 3-2.
Now that one a little bit lower than it appeared, hitting the dirt right about the time Ben Bartle's going down to get it, so that one well below the knees.
Good eye by Snyder, who does have 5 walks as well. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, he got him. Came back with a fastball, and that's what you expect right there, right? You go right after that number 9 hitter. Second strikeout for Trevor Sharp, and we're back to the top of the order, and Josh Rush.
Rush led off the game with a walk, or at least led off the bottom half of inning number 1 with a walk. He would get to third before being thrown out at the plate.
First pitch of the at-bats, the curveball low and in for ball 1. This is a Hedgesville team that has won 5 straight games. Has been pretty good offensively in that stretch, although just the 4 runs on 6 hits against Martinsburg is this fastball in there for a strike. That was their low total. They scored a 14-2 win at Washington and pounded out 13 hits. A 10-2 win at Fort Hill and had 11 hits. Then a 12-9 win at Martinsburg and added 13 more. Here's a swing and a bouncing ball back up the middle, past the shortstop into center field. That is a base hit. Rush on the 1-1, bounces it right over the head of Sharp, and then past the shortstop and in to center field.
Rush on for the 2nd time in the ballgame. Again, a walk in the bottom of the 1st. Bring up Chase DeLauder. DeLauder reached on the first of 3 infield singles in the bottom of inning number 1.
Getting back to Hedgesville's run output after the 12-9 win at Martinsburg to close out the regular season. They opened against Spring Mills with 13 hits and 15 runs in a 15-10 win. So they've been swinging it here in this 5-game winning streak. Curveball, low and outside. DeLauder takes. It's ball 1. DeLauder with a hole to hit through as Reeves will hold Rush aboard at first. Step and throw towards first, and back in on the dive goes Rush. Sharp really taking his time, looking in at the catcher, and then lifted that leg and turned to throw to first. Rush able to get back in easily. Tough to get the big lead with a left-hander on the hill. Sharp ready, and the pitch. DeLauder swings, lines it over the head of the third baseman. It's a fair ball down the left field line. Making his turn, Rush heads towards third. They're going to wave him around. He's going to score without the benefit of a throw. Coming all the way around from first. Scoring on the double from Chase DeLauder, his 17th double of the season, RBI number 46, and Hedgesville pushes that lead out to 5-3.
And it may have been a closer play at the plate, or at least warranted a throw to a plate. Ethan Wilson going to get that ball in left field, slipped right as he got there. I'm sure the grass was still a little bit wet from earlier out there in deep left field, in foul territory even a little bit, and he slipped, had to quickly get up and get the ball in, but RBI number 46 and hit number 55 on the year for Mr. DeLauder.
Think about that. 55 hits in 29 games. Well, the first pitch to Kyle West is down low, bounces away from Ben Bartles. and that is going to advance to Lauder 90 feet as he goes from second to third.
Yeah, that one of the ball, the Bartles has got to keep in front of him. I get you're going to have balls pop out of the glove, but the location of that pitch, you've got to at least find a way to use the body and keep that in front of you. You can't give away free bases at this point in the season.
It's a ball and no strikes to West, who reached on an infield single and scored back in the first inning. Off-speed pitch, snaps down in there for a called strike one. Now at 1-1. Well, Musselman failed to score in the top of the first, but since that time, nothing but runs. 4 in the bottom of the first for Hedgesville, 3 in the top of the second for Musselman. Hedgesville has 1 already and another just 90 feet away with 1 out in this bottom of the second, and a strike taken by Kyle West. Count at 1-2. DeLauder at third. Infield drawn in, hoping to cut down the run at the plate as West lifts one foul. It will get out of play down the left field line, and the count remains 1-2 strikes. Sharp was on a pitch count right around 70 when he threw on Tuesday against Martinsburg. If he's right around that same pitch count today, he's not going to go too deep into this one. 33 pitches in that first inning. Off-speed pitch hit high, deep, straightaway center field. That ball is carrying. That ball is gone. A home run for Kyle West, his first of the season. It is a 2-run home run.
And
wow.
Look at the way that flag is blown in right field. That ball got up in a hurry and got out in a hurry to the deepest part of this ballpark, getting it over the big wall in center field. And what a great hit for Kyle West, and a perfect time for him to hit his first home run of the year.
3 runs have now crossed in the inning. 7 on the board for Hedgesville out in front, 7-3. The dimension to straightaway center, about 328 to the base of the fence, but with the extra tall fencing, the Eagle Monster, if you will, it's about a 356 shot to get it directly over that fence. That one cleared it and then some. So Hunter Coe to the plate, 0 for 1, reaching on a fielder's choice his first time up. Fouls one out of play down the right field line for strike 1. 4 runs in the first, 3 in the second.
Already 4 extra base hits for Hedgesville. We talked about the 3 infield singles, so we've had both ends of the spectrum in this one.
3 doubles and a home run. Swinging away Coe, hits it in the hole at short. A sliding stop by Horner to his feet, throws to first, can't get him as Coe legs it out for yet another infield base hit.
Phenomenal effort by Caleb Horner, sliding in, had to double clutch the baseball, and that I think was the difference between that throw getting there in time and Hunter Coe beating out for the 4th infield single in inning number 2 for the Eagles.
Still just 1 out as it brings up Brady Weaver. Weaver, his first time up, had one of those extra base hits. A 2 RBI double into that gap in left center field. Sharp looking at the runner at first, lifts the leg, and the pitch, a high fastball fouled straight back for strike 1.
Yeah, Weaver wanted to take that one for a ride.
Now you see a teammate hit a home run, and that gets a little contagious, right? Especially when you're a guy that has 7 of them yourself, which Brady Weaver does. Steps back into the right-hand box. Stands about middle of the box as far as that back foot being about even with the point on the back of the plate, so he strides into the front part of the box as he goes into a swing. Here he takes, and the pitch misses for a ball. 1 strike. Stretching out his lead at first is Coe. Reeves holds him on there. There goes the runner, and the pitch misses high and tight, and the throw down, and got him at second. Nice play by Justin Murphy to grab that one and quickly spin around and apply the tag to the hand of Hunter Coe, diving in at second.
Yeah, Coe didn't get the greatest jump off of Trevor Sharp, but it's hard to when you're facing a lefty batter. You got to wait till he goes towards the plate. With a righty, you can go the minute you see that front foot go up. So you're automatically going to be about a half second off when you're trying to steal second. Hunter Coe retired for out number 2, and a big out number 2 as the bases are now empty.
And not a bad pitch for Bartles to throw on either, as that one missed and had him coming up and right into that position to throw. Now the 2-1 down low and inside. 3 balls and a strike on Weaver. Yeah, 2 outs now, nobody on. Weaver awaiting a 3-1 from Sharp. Here it comes, and it is hit high into the air into right center field. That ball continues to carry. Everyone's at the fence, and it's gone. Brady Weaver with his 8th home run on the season. A pair of home runs in the inning. 4 runs in each of the first 2 at-bats for Hedgesville, and they're out in front 8-3.
And how big is Hunter Coe being called at second now, as that would have been run number 9 for them, but that is another ball that was hit up into the jet stream, getting out. That look off the bat at least looked like it was going to be a routine fly to right center field. Again, taking nothing away from the power of Brady Weaver. Home run number 8 for him on the year. But that's probably a routine pop fly to right center, especially when you have Hartman patrolling center field, who's one heck of an athlete with some speed out there in the outfield, and the wind helping Hedgesville more right now, but really has helped both teams in this one so far.
It'll bring to the plate Parker Martin. Reached on an infield single his first time up. Came around to score, while actually gave way to the courtesy runner, and Hunter Minnick came around to score. Weaver did the same in that first after his 2 RBI double. Matt Rupenthal, the courtesy runner, scored then. This time Weaver brings himself around. Action underway as Martin takes a pitch down low and in for ball 1. A few new baseballs given to Buck Hoffmaster, our plate umpire. I can't imagine why he doesn't have very many. Here's a swing and a miss at the fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I can tell you 2 are sitting in center field right now, and with all the trees out there, not sure how easily accessible it is to get back there.
I would say very unlikely those balls will be found. 1-1 delivery, a strike on the inside corner. Martin started to swing, held up, but then took a called strike. It was an 0-2 pitch in which he had that infield single back in the first inning. Let's see what he does here. Sharp with a 1-2 delivery. There's the curveball, bounced on a high chop foul, third base side. Andy Wolf in foul territory reaching out for the backhand, had to go off his glove. So it's a ball and 2 strikes one more time as Martin will step in against Trevor Sharp. Trying to count up pitches, over 20, so well over 50 pitches right now through 2 innings for Trevor Sharp as Martin wastes another pitch on that 1-2, fouling it straight back to the screen.
23 going into this at-bat in this inning, and this will be a pitch number 6 coming up.
So nearing 60 by the time this is over. A swing and a bouncer on 1 hop to the shortstop. Horner fields and makes that throw to Reeves at first, and it's in time to get him, and that will retire the side. The out recorded 6-3. A couple of big hits in the inning. Well, let's make it 3. Chase DeLauder, an RBI double. Kyle West, a 2-run home run. Brady Weaver, a solo blast. We are through 2 complete, and your score, Hedgesville 8 and Musselman 3.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Always our trivia inning here in the top of the 3rd. We'll present a trivia question and the station telephone number, and the first to call and get through with the correct answer will pick up our prize package. 4 tickets to a future Hagerstown Suns minor league baseball game and $30 in gift certificates to Haas's Steak and Sea. They're in the Aiken Center on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, for a great meal at a great price, stop by Haas's Steak and Sea, where your family wants to eat. The Hagerstown Suns victorious yesterday over Lakewood by a 5-1 score. They close out that brief 3-game series and homestand tonight at 7:05. Tomorrow, the Suns hit the road for Salisbury, Maryland, to take on the Delmarva Shorebirds. Justin Murphy, number 2 hitter in the order for Musselman, in the right-hand batter's box as the top of the third gets underway with a pitch down low and outside for ball 1. That one got away from Weaver.
You want to try to give that second inning recap?
We'll work on that as we go. Murphy 0 for 1, a pop-out in foul territory caught by the first baseman back in the first inning. Murphy takes the pitch, misses. 2 balls and no strikes. See what we can do to get into that trivia question here in a moment as Murphy takes a bit high and outside, and it's 3-0. Right now, neither one of these pitchers can enjoy the feast that their offense is providing as Murphy takes the old automatic down the middle for a strike. Hedgesville scored 4 in the bottom of the first. Musselman answered with 3 in the top of the second, and then 4 more for Hedgesville in the bottom of the second. Swinging away, Murphy sends a fly ball into center field. Nice play, Chase DeLauder moving back on it to his right. Got there, and then at the last second went a little further back to make that grab.
Even on outs when playing havoc, you said it perfectly. He was camped underneath it. Then at the last minute, I had to push off on that left foot and take a little skip back to camp underneath that one.
1 down, nobody on for Caleb Horner. 0 for 1, went down looking at a 2-2 pitch his first time up. Takes a strike on the outside corner to get this at bat started. Today's trivia question, how about this? Who is the Baltimore Orioles' all-time leader in walk-off home runs? Here's a line drive on the 0-1 pitch off the bat of Caleb Horner, but right at the center fielder Chase DeLauder. A little more easily, he had that one measured and makes the grab for out number 2. One more time with our trivia question. Who is the Baltimore Orioles' all-time leader in walk-off home runs? 304-263-6540, the station telephone number. Ethan Wilson to the plate and takes a pitch inside for ball 1. Wilson 1 for 1, had a double deep into right center field his first time up. That double his 8th on the season. Takes this pitch for a strike. Count now 1-1. Again, the station telephone number 304-263-6540. Be the first call with the correct answer to our third inning trivia question. Caleb Falero has that answer at the studio, and we'll connect you with our prize package. Here's a pitch taken for a strike as the count goes to 1-2. And now that 1-2 delivery, a swing and a miss, and Wilson down on strikes. That is the third strikeout for Parker Martin, as he has struck out at least one batter in each of Musselman's first 3 at-bats, and he sets them down in order for a second time. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. Going to the bottom of the third with the score, Hedgesville 8 and Musselman 3.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering a quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I'm beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
We have a pitching change as we go to the bottom half of inning number 3. Our pitching change brought to you by Bears Repair, 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Need an oil change or a complete overhaul? They do it all for your automotive repair needs. Call the certified mechanics at Bears Repair, 304-262-0208. Well, Nick Reeves is going to move from first base to the mound to take over for the starter, Trevor Sharp. We had Sharp throwing right around 60, maybe a few more than 60 pitches in his 2 innings. he would give up the 8 runs on the board, scoring on 10 hits. He did strike out 2 while walking 1. And right now the pitcher of record in this one as Reeves takes over on the hill, and it looks like Noah Wright will become our new first baseman.
Yeah, not the outing that Musselman wanted from their ace in this one, only going 2 innings. But right now, Hedgesville just was hitting anything and everything, also drawing some key walks.
So Tyler Bubb out of the number 7 spot in the order stands in and takes ball 1. Bubb had a double deep into right field to drive home a pair in that 4-run first inning. One of those balls that got caught up in the wind, and Hammond could not quite get a read on it out in right field. It went over his head. 1-0 pitch missing, 2 balls and no strikes. Jamison Matthew, Ty Snyder due next. This pitch in for a strike. Bubb was taking now 2-1. See if Reeves can slow down the hot-hitting Hedgesville Eagles. Pitch down low and in. Count at 3 balls and 1 strike to Bubb, who does have 15 walks on the season. He now has as many walks as hits, 15 of each. And here's a strike on the inside corner. Bubb watches. It's 3-2. That one popped in and out of the mitt of Ben Bartles. He'll track it down in behind the batter as it went slightly up the third base line.
Nick Reeves on the season, 32 1/3 innings on the mound, a 1-4 record. This is 10th appearance. We'll get into some more stats after this pitch.
3-2 pitch grounded right back up the middle past the pitcher. The second baseman not going to make the play either. Justin Murphy tried to adjust his steps to be able to bend down and pick that one up. Even if he picks it up, he's got no chance to throw out Bubb at first. That'll be a base hit into center field.
Yeah, Murphy stumbling a little bit, trying to get the steps right to where he can get that one on the run, immediately turn and throw. Ends up stumbling a little bit, and that one getting into center field. More on Nick Reeves, 35 hits given up, 21 runs, 9 of those earned, 29 strikeouts to 13 walks, a 2.5 ERA.
Reeves ready, and the first pitch to Jamison Matthew, missing down low for ball 1. So Reeves, pardon me, has a base hit. Yeah, base hit up the middle. Question in the press box regarding that last one, and yeah, definitely a hit up the middle. So Jamison Matthews swinging, fouls this pitch to the backstop. Count evens up to him now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Number 8 hitter in the order, a late last-minute substitution or change, if you will.
I was going to say 7 if you look at our score sheet.
That's it. Yeah, which is a mess as I draw more arrows. Now that 1-1 delivery, good. Breaking pitch, a swing and a miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Matthew went down on strikes his first time up.
And was on a very similar pitch, one that he's trying desperately to wait on.
Yes.
And still pulls the trigger just a bit too soon.
Reeves will look over towards the runner at first. Bubb with a very short lead against the left-hand pitcher. This ball lifted in the air, dropping quickly shallow. Right center field, it drops in for a base hit. Hartman has trouble picking it up. Eventually, Hammond is able to grab it, and motoring from first to third goes Tyler Bubb. That'll be back-to-back singles to get the inning started for Hedgesville.
And a good piece of hitting by Jamison Matthew, driving that one to the opposite field. A nice inside-out swing with 2 strikes, just trying to protect. I was able to drop one into shallow. I guess you'd call that right center.
Yeah, that Bermuda Triangle, if you will. Murphy at second was going out. Hammond at in right, and Hartman in center coming over, and no one going to get to it.
Bermuda Triangle is usually more behind first base. Just no man's land, really.
Here's a toss over to first. Right, slaps a tag down, but too late as Matthew goes back in on the head first dive. Bubb is at second with Matthew at first. And Ty Snyder, the batter, 0 for 1. Strikeout swinging on a 3-2 pitch. His first time up. Takes down low and outside. That is ball 1. Hedgesville keeping the hits going. 12 hits already. And there's nobody out as they bat in the bottom of the third. Reeves to the plate. A swing and a miss by Snyder. That one a little bit up and away, but he went after it, and it evens up 1 ball and 1 strike. 8-3, the lead for Hedgesville. They've scored 4 in each of their first 2 at-bats. Threatening here in this at-bat. Here's a swing and a ground ball. The shortstop's got it. He'll go to second for 1, and the relay throw to first is in time as they will turn the double play. It goes 6-4 to 3. Horner to Murphy to right. But scoring on the play, Tyler Bubb able to come home from third. Hedgesville puts a run on the board and extends the lead to 9-3.
Ty Snyder getting RBI number 10 on the year. And getting a job done, but not necessarily the way he wanted to get it done.
So 2 outs now in the inning, and the bases are empty. Back to the top of the order. Josh Rush takes ball 1. Good defense by Horner and Murphy to turn that double play. Rush lifts one in the air into right center field. Moving back on it to his left is the center fielder Blake Hartman. He'll track it down. Rush is retired, and so are the Hedgesville Eagles. Still they get a run on a couple of base hits and then a double play ground ball, and that will add to the lead as we go to inning number 4. Hedgesville in front of Musselman now 9-3.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
When you're hurting, we're here. When things are confusing, we're here. When you need answers, we're here. Brown Funeral Home. We've been caring for families like yours for generations, since 1880. Whether you want to plan ahead or you need us now. Our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown Ranson. We're here when you need us.
As we go to the top of inning number 4, we welcome you back into the Procter & Gamble broadcast booth. For information on a career with Procter & Gamble in Berkeley County, visit pgcareers.com. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller, Caleb Falero at the studio, John Alderton, our TV10 and cameraman. It is a 9-3 lead for Hedgesville, and as Musselman comes to the plate with your play-by-play, here's Matt.
Set to lead it off here in the top of inning number 4. Catcher Ben Bartles. Bartles drew a walk, came around to score. Back in inning number 2, swing and a miss for strike 1. Good fastball by Parker Martin. Martin, pretty good so far, except for inning number 2. 3 runs came across for the Appleman. Struggled to find the strike zone in that inning. Misses this one below the knees for ball 1. The count even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Still looking for a trivia winner. Matt will read that question again here over the next couple of pitches as the 1-1. Another fastball in for strike 2. Matt, what's that trivia question one more time? The station telephone number 304-263-6540.
Who is the Baltimore Orioles' all-time leader in walk-off home runs?
Swing and a miss. Ben Bartles goes down on strikes, route number 1.
4 strikeouts now for Martin, and let's see if he's kind of settling in a little bit. He's retired 5 straight. Getting that last out in the second, set down the side in order in the third, and getting the first batter here in the 4th inning.
Brings up Devin Moxley. First pitch to Moxley, a swing and a miss on a breaking ball that ended up in the dirt. Great pitch by Parker Martin, getting Moxley to chase for strike 1. Moxley also walked back in inning number 2, one of the 2 walks given up throughout this entire ball game for Parker Martin. That 0-1 off speed in for strike 2 on the inside corner. So Parker Martin now pounding the strike zone. Here comes that 0-2. This one low and in the dirt for ball 1. Good block by Brady Weaver at the plate. Nick Reeves standing in the on-deck circle, ready to take his hacks. Here comes that 1-2 to Moxley. This one lifted into left field. Working back on it is J.R. Luttrell. Camping underneath it, he will haul it in for out number 2.
Moxley gave that one a pretty good ride, but hit it to one of the deeper parts of the park. And what happened to the wind? Look at the flag out in right field. It died.
Couldn't by an ounce of wind right now. I'm sure that's what Moxley's saying to himself going back into the dugout. That same pitch or same hit it's been a home run in this ball game. Nick Reeves again stands in. Reeves, your current pitcher for Musselman. It takes strike one right down the middle. Again, no shifts to the lineup as Devin Moxley was DHing for the pitcher. So Noah Wright will still be DH'd for us. He currently plays first base. The 0-1 misses for ball one. Now out of the windup with that 1-1 from Parker Martin. This one misses just a bit outside and low, ball two. Nick Reeves an RBI single into right field in the second. This one misses inside, getting off the glove of Brady Weaver. Now the count runs a 3-1, so a hitter's count now for Reeves, trying to help his own cause with two down here in the top of inning number 4. 9-3 the Hedgesville lead.
Yeah, it seems Martin just overthrowing these last couple of pitches. Just needs to take a little off and get it in the zone.
That 3-1 a fastball for strike two. No doubt about that one. That one on the outer third, but right belt high. Just catching the outer edge of that plate. Here comes that 3-2 pitch. That one misses low and away, and Reeves will reach on a 2-out walk.
Snaps that string of 6 straight batters retired by Parker Martin. Third walk he's allowed.
Brings up Andy Wolf. Wolf came around to score, also had a RBI double back in inning number 2. So runner on first, Nick Reeves. Ready with the pitch to Wolf. Parker Martin misses low and away. Good backhanded stab by Brady Weaver. Ball one. Apparently 3 guesses all wrong so far in the trivia. Keep that open through this half of the 4th inning. Parker Martin out of the stretch with that 1-0. That one bounces in front of the plate. Brady Weaver blocks it down, moving up to second base. Devin Moxley is in safe, gets by the tag. Bub was moving over to cover the bag, but a good job by Nick Reeves to slide in behind the tag on a tougher play than I think Reeves was expecting there to be at second base as that ball got away from Brady Weaver. But Reeves did get a little bit of a late jump on that ball in the dirt. The count now 2-0. Here's that 2-0 pitch. That one misses away. Ball 3. Brady Weaver calls time at the plate. He'll go out and have a conversation with Parker Martin.
Which gives us one more chance to throw out the trivia question and the phone number. Last opportunity. We want to know who holds the Baltimore Oriole record for most walk-off home runs. What former Oriole, he's not a current Oriole, I'll give you a clue, what former Oriole holds the Oriole record for most walk-off home runs? 304-263-6540. First to call and get through with a correct answer, picking up our prize package.
The 3-0 misses low. Andy Wolf had squared around a bunt, I think, just in more of a playful manner than anything. Can't imagine laying a bunt down on 3-0 with 2 outs. Clearly pulls it back for ball 4. Now 2 runners on, back-to-back walks for Parker Martin. Brings up Sean Hammond.
And this is the issue that he had in that second inning.
Swing and a miss for Hammond for strike 1.
Had a couple of walks in that inning, lost his control, wasn't hitting his spots, and had a couple of big hits surrounding those walks. That's what Musselman needs here is the hit.
Ready with that 0-1. That one a strike on the inside corner. So a good battle back batter for Parker Martin after back-to-back walks. Just 1 strike away from getting out of this inning.
Yeah, as soon as I talk about a lack of control, 2 right on the inside corner.
Here is that 0-2. This one misses inside and probably just a bit high for ball 1. That breaking ball just didn't quite get the cut he wanted. And he will toe the pitching rubber again. Will Martin looking, gets his sign, ready with that 1-2. Here it is. That one misses high, ball 2. Overthrew that fastball.
Yep. Yeah, again, just trying to put too much on it. And has it sailing high, not following through at the end.
2-2 count, 2 outs in the top of inning number 4. Runners on first and second. Nick Reeves at second. Andy Wolf at first. Both runners on via a walk. Here comes that 2-2 pitch. A swing and a miss, and Hammond goes down on strikes. Route number 3 in the inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Parker Martin. That gives him 5 on the day. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 4 when we come back. It's Hedgesville 9, Musselman 3.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
Evolving what we try to do as physicians and as a health system and organization is the mission of WVU Medicine, and it's an exciting mission to be a part of.
With the knowledge and the years of practice that they've put into this institution, you know, they know a lot. They can help you, and they've helped me a lot.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back into the Procter & Gamble broadcast booth. Procter & Gamble in Berkeley County is now hiring. Go to pgcareers.com to apply. Matt, a winner with our trivia question. We're down to the final seconds of our trivia question, finally getting a winner.
Mike Ring of Martinsburg had the correct answer. There was a guess in the press box, actually 2 of them, that weren't quite right. So the Baltimore Oriole, who holds the Orioles' all-time record for most walk-off home runs, and the answer is?
I think it's Frank Robinson.
It's Brooks Robinson, which is where the trick comes in. Mo Stenson up here just said it's a trick question, isn't it? And I said, sort of, because it's a guy you think of as a defensive guy, right? Listen to this. Robinson had 8 walk-off home runs over a 23-year career that included 268 homers, but also 16 gold gloves. So nobody thinks of him as a home run hitter. They think of him as a defensive third baseman, but 8 walk-off home runs.
Lauder set to lead it off for Musselman, or make that Hedgesville here in the bottom of the 4th. I was going to say Nick Reeves back on the mound for Musselman. His pitch misses to the Lauder. The 1-0 also misses outside. Very similar locations. A 2-0 now the count to DeLauder with the bases empty. May not be the worst thing in the world to try to pitch around this guy. He's had a pretty successful season. Here comes that 2-0. This one lifted foul out of play, and I believe getting another light post. That's now the 3rd one we've seen in 2 days.
Something going on in the air. Hey, one more thing about Brooks Robinson's final walk-off home run. It came on April 19th, 1977 as a pinch hitter on a 3-2 pitch in the 10th inning to make the O's a 6-5 winner over the Cleveland Indians.
The 2-1 to DeLauder misses low and away, and all 3 balls to DeLauder have missed in the exact same location. All low and away with the breaking ball. Here comes that 3-1 to DeLauder. This one fouled off right at home plate. Maybe nicking the foot of DeLauder as well, so he will step out and walk it off a bit. Now the count runs full. DeLauder looking for walk number 25 or hit number 56. If Reeves were to get DeLauder a swinging or looking, it would only be strikeout number 6. Out of the windup is Reeves, ready for this payoff pitch. Shakes off a couple, and he will now step off and go through the signs again. Not seeing a pitch he wanted to throw to DeLauder.
Boy, what a postseason DeLauder has had, right? 5 for 5 in the opener, 3 doubles and a grand slam home run.
That 3-2 bounces in front of the plate. Easy one for Chase DeLauder to take, and he will reach for the 3rd time in the game. This one via the walk.
In that second game against Martinsburg, was walked, reached on an infield hit, reached on an error as well. So officially 1 for 3 in that one, but scored a couple of runs. And now in this one, a single, a double, and a walk. So DeLauder has been hard to get out here in the playoffs.
Now brings up Kyle West. Breaking ball misses high to West for ball 1. So far in this game, Hedgesville 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the bottom of the 3rd. And if they were to get 4 for the 3rd time in this game in this inning, Musselman will be down to their final 3 outs as we go to the top of the 5th. That 1-0 misses low and away, ball 2.
I am still amazed looking out at the field right now. Where did the wind go? I mean, as hard as that wind was blowing throughout the early part of this game, it has stopped like that.
Ethan Wilson having to go throw another ball back out of play. Come on, kids. Keep your ball where you're playing. We got sectional baseball going on here.
Hey, maybe they got a power hitter over on that field, jacking them out over the fence.
Count 2-0 to Kyle West. The lefty stands in with the open stance. Here's that 2-0 fouled off over the press box in our location, out of play for strike one. So far on this one, West, an infield single and a 2-run bomb back in the second. Would like to duplicate that here, although, again, we'll have to muscle this one out. No wind to help him out. This one driven into center field, fading away from center fielder Blake Hartman. He gets by Hartman. Rounding second is Chase Lauder. He will come around third and score with ease. Into second base is Kyle West. So another RBI for Kyle West. That'll be number 3 for him on the day. Give him 31 on the season. And run number 10 for Hedgesville. They now lead Musselman 10-3.
Well, and yet another extra base hit, the 8th double on the season for Kyle West, and that's 1, 2, 3 doubles and a couple of home runs, 5 extra base hits in the ballgame now for Hedgesville.
Now we're right coming over to talk to Nick Reeves momentarily. Prior to Hunter Coe stepping in. Coe does now step in with Kyle West on second base. Here comes the first pitch. This one ripped to shortstop Caleb Horner. He's up with it. Will toss over to third. And Andy Wolf will apply the tag and retire Kyle West. So West not freezing on a ball hit very quickly to Caleb Horner at shortstop. Not sure if he thought it was going to get back behind the shortstop, but immediately went to third. A easy decision for Caleb Horner to get the lead runner, and that's going to be a out that's going to go 6-5.
Yeah, puts Coe on at first on the fielder's choice, and I think probably one of those sophomore mistakes for Kyle West with that ball out in front of him. Probably needed to stay where he was, although it was hit almost right at him. So he was kind of in no man's land there and decided to go for third.
Brady Weaver now stepping in. He takes ball one. Just a bit inside, ready with that 1-0. This one, again, hit sharply to short. Horner up with it, tosses to second. Murphy spins over to first, but Weaver beats out the throw. So Brady Weaver hustling down the line. A good throw by Justin Murphy, who had to spin out of the slide of Hunter Coe. So 2 down now in the inning on the fielder's choice. That one will go 6-4.
Yeah, Horner getting rid of it very quickly. Ended up throwing it a little bit to the outfield side of the second base bag, and that meant as Murphy was coming across, had to kind of reach back behind him to grab it, and that made his momentum force him really to spin and make that throw to first, and weren't going to get him with that spin.
Brings up Parker Martin. The ball popped to the right side. Going into foul territory is Noah Wright, and he will haul it in for out number 3. So 1 run does come across the score on the RBI double from Kyle West. DeLauder coming around to score. Will go to the top of inning number 6. When we come back, it's Hedgesville 10, Musselman 3.
At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
The National Maritime Center primary mission is to credential all U.S. mariners. We have approximately 250 employees here in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Most people aren't aware of the quality of life here in Berkeley County. We have a lot of employees that are from the area. We obviously have folks that have to do tours here, and it's kind of a little bit of a hidden secret of how nice the quality of life is here.
Top of inning number 5. Another run comes across in the bottom of the 4th for Hedgesville. Gives their lead at 7 now, 10-3. Leading it off for the Applemen here in the top of the 5th with the leadoff batter Blake Hartman. Hartman up for the 3rd time in the game. Popped out to Parker Martin to start the game. Strikeout looking victim in the 2nd. First pitch, just a bit inside. Ball 1 to Hartman.
Now is the time. Musselman has to get something going again offensively as you get later in this game, and right now down by 7 runs, you have to start chipping away.
This one misses low and away for ball 2. Parker Martin back out for his 5th inning of work.
We've
4
got
strong so far.
Up around 69 pitches coming into this half inning.
There's a strike to Blake Hartman. Count now 2-1. Hartman, a 447 hitter coming in. Struck out for the 6th time on the year. Earlier on this one, the 2-1, a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Count now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hartman as consistent as they come, not only in the field but at the plate so far this year. Ready with that 2-2. This one a chopper to the shortstop. West up with it. Fires across the diamond. A good stretch by Jameson Matthew. And Blake Hartman's retired for the first out of the inning.
Nice play by West as he waited for that last hop and then made his move to get that baseball with his momentum, taking him towards first where he could make a good, strong throw.
Brings up Justin Murphy. Murphy has flied out and popped out into the infield in this one so far. In his 3rd at-bat as well. One down here at the top of inning number 5. Martin out of the windup, a swing and a miss. Murphy now behind on the count 0-1.
You go back to the regular season, and Martin worked 5 innings in a 10-0 Hedgesville win over this Musselman team. That was back on April 1st.
The 0-1 grounder right back to Martin on the mound. He will jog about 3/4 of the way over, then underhand toss to Jameson Matthew, 2 down here in the top of the 5th.
Sometimes that can be the hardest throw for a pitcher, is the one to the first baseman. So when they get a chance where they can run like that towards the first baseman, seeing the runner there and then make that underhand toss makes the play a little easier.
Just 7 pitches so far in this inning for Parker Martin. We had him coming into the inning throwing 69. So this would be an efficient inning that he needed. Breaking ball in for a strike on Caleb Horner. Horner, a strikeout victim, looking in the first. He lined out to center field back in the 3rd.
It's an odd inning.
Swing and a miss, and Horner now behind the count 0-2.
Go back to the 1st, he set down the side in order. Go to the 3rd, he set down the side in order. Now in the 5th, has set down the first 2. It's the 2nd and 4th where he's run into trouble.
Here comes that 0-2. This one bounces in the dirt. A good block by Brady Weaver. That breaking ball, only about a 57-foot breaking ball. Didn't quite get that 60 feet 6 inches he needed. So he will toe the pitching rubber. Ready with that 1-2. Horner steps in. Slightly open stance. Here's that 1-2. That misses outside and low. Ball 2. So the count even.
Going back to that April 1st game, Martin struck out 7, walked 1, and gave up just 1 hit in that 5-inning shutout effort against Musselman. The 2 teams met again on the 12th of April, and Hedgesville scored a 9-3 win over the Applemen in that one.
Out of a windup 2-2, a check swing going to the right side. Parker Martin coming over. He misses the baseball, but Jameson Matthew able to go in behind him. Martin going to go cover first base, and they just beat Caleb Horner to the bag by only about a half a step. So a 1-2-3 inning on a great defensive play by Jameson Matthew and a good job by Parker Martin going over to cover first. We will go to the bottom of inning number 5 when we come back. If Hedgesville can scrape away 3, they can win this one here with a 10-run Mercy Rule 5th. Still far from that, though. We've seen a lot happen in this sectional tournament round. We'll have the bottom of the 5th when we come back. It's Hedgesville 10, Musselman 3.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Back here at Eagle Field. Nick Reeves back out for his 2nd inning of work. Make that 3rd inning of work. Pitched 2 already in this one. Trevor Sharp had the start for Musselman. He gave up 8 runs actually.
Yeah, on 10 hits in his 2 innings, and unfortunate because a bunch of those hits were the little bleeders, those infield hits that kept the first 2 innings going.
Brings up Tyler Bubb, the number 7 batter in the lineup, or 8 depending on whose scorebook you're looking at here in the press box.
I'm with you.
First pitch to him, letter high for strike 1. So far in this one, Bubb has reached twice. He had a 2 RBI double to right field in the first, then a single that he came around to score. That single to center field in the third. This one lifts into right field. Moving in on it is Hammond, and he will bring it in for out number 1.
Yeah, out off the end of the bat. Bubb taking that one the other way. Pretty routine play. Hammond read it well off the bat and able to make the grab.
Jameson Matthew now stepping in. The righty had a single to right field back in inning number 3. Struck out in the first. He steps in with nobody aboard here in the bottom of inning number 5. His Eagles hold a 7-run lead at 10-3. First pitch misses high. Count now 1-0.
This Hedgesville team trying to join their girls softball team in advancing to regional play.
That 1-0 high and outside, ball 2. That first out only took 2 pitches to retire Tyler Bubb. So Nick Reeves looking for a quick inning similar to the one seen last inning from Parker Martin. Ready with that 2-0. Here's Reeves. That one high for ball 3. Jameson Matthew on the season, just 6 walks to 20 strikeouts. So you expect him to keep the bat on the shoulder and make Reeves throw him a strike. Maybe throw a couple of them. Here comes that 3-0 from Reeves. This one, a strike on the outer third of the plate. Just about letter high. Count 3-1, so a hitter's count now for Jameson Matthew.
Takes a big, deep breath before stepping into the batter's box and getting ready.
With the 3-1, here's Reeves. That one high, ball 4. So for just the 7th time on the year, Jameson Matthew going to reach on a walk.
On just the 3rd base on balls issued by Musselman pitching in this one. 2nd that has been allowed by Reeves. It's been the hitting of the baseball that's been there for Hedgesville, as they have already pounded out 13 hits.
Walk number 15 for Reeves on the season. Matthew getting a short lead off first base is Ty Snyder. Takes a hack at one, but fouls it off into the netting right in front of the stands here at Eagle Park.
We mentioned earlier the baseball team trying to join the softball team in the regional tournament. Softball regionals coming up first of next week.
That 0-1 ground to the shortstop. Horner flips over to second. Murphy with it. He'll toss it over to first, and a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Great play by Justin Murphy, spinning quickly and getting it over to Noah Wright. Ty Snyder couldn't beat it out, and they'll go 1-2-3 here in inning number 5. We'll go to the top of the 6th. When we come back, it's Hedgesville 10, Musselman 3.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
We only make home loans, so we better be good at it. And we are. It's that simple. With our focus solely on mortgage lending, you can come to us with peace of mind knowing that your mortgage loan is in good hands. As one of the nation's largest private lenders, our focus is on helping you get into your new home.
Parker Martin getting in his warm-up pitches. He's back out for the 6th. We have him throwing 81 pitches through 5 in this one. So working at a pretty steady rate. Really only one inning of concern for him so far, and that was the 3-run second, in which we thought this one was going to be a who's going to score more game, similar to the 12-9 game we had between Martinsburg and Hedgesville just about a week ago.
While he didn't give up a run in that 4th inning, he did walk 2 batters and ultimately has had 2 innings, the 2nd in which he threw 26 pitches and the 4th in which he threw 23 that really elevated that count. Otherwise, 9, 11, and 12, the total pitches in each of the other 3 innings.
Leading it off will be Ethan Wilson as he takes strike one right down the middle on the fastball from Parker Martin. A double into right field for Ethan Wilson back in the second, a strikeout in the third. At bat number 3 for him on the day. That 0-1 bounces in front of the plate for ball 1.
Back to softball. Hedgesville and Washington will be the ones to meet in that softball best of 3 regional.
Check swing at the plate, but a strike called at the plate as Wilson wasn't sure he wanted to go around on that one, but a strike called by Buck Hoffmaster at the plate. Now the count to Wilson 1-2. Here comes that 1-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. Wilson goes down on strikes for the second time today. A strikeout number 6 on the game for Parker Martin.
A good pitch down and away from the right-hand batter. Similar location to where he got him to go after one back in that 3rd inning when he struck out Wilson then.
Brings up Ben Bartles. Bartles walked in inning number 2. Struck out in the 4th to lead off the 4th inning. First one to him misses a bit outside for ball 1.
Should the Hedgesville baseball team advance to the regional, it'll be either Hampshire or Jefferson that they will meet.
Bartles didn't want to go around. By the time the momentum carried the bat through, he did for strike 1 on a ball that probably would have missed a little low to make the count 2-0. Now it's even at 1-1. Here comes that 1-1 to Bartles. A check swing. That time he holds up, and that one misses a bit low and away. Ball 2.
Hampshire and Jefferson supposed to play tonight, but they did not play. Apparently field conditions not allowing them to play at Sager, so they'll play tomorrow morning at 11 a.m.
That 2-1, much to the dismay of the Hedgesville faithful to our right. Just a bit off the plate. 3-1 here in the top of inning number 6. 1 down. That 3-1 pitch bounces inside for ball 4. So Ben Bartles will reach for the second time today. Both have come via walks.
5 walks now issued by Parker Martin. And he just goes through those stretches for whatever reason where the delivery point is not the same, and he's wild, whether inside, outside, up, or down, and he kind of fights his way back into throwing strikes. But by the time he does, he issues those walks, and sometimes that's hurt him throughout the course of the season.
First pitch to Devin Moxley skips in, as we will now have a mound visit by Hedgesville head coach Eric Grove. Can't imagine a pitching change here, as Martin's still working very efficiently right now, and Hedgesville in command 10-3. If they win, plenty of time to rest Martin's arm, so can't imagine looking at a pitch count or anything, especially since he's already over that 80-pitch limit.
Yep, a win today for Hedgesville. They claim the sectional championship. They will move on to that regional best of 3. Tomorrow will be down at Shenandoah Junction with our pregame right around 10:40 to 10:45. 11 a.m. will be the first pitch as Jefferson host Hampshire. Again, rained out or field conditioned out today, one way or the other. And so in that game, if Hampshire wins, they'll be the Section 2 champions and would play Hedgesville in that regional.
That one misses low and away on the 1-0. Now 2-0 to Devin Moxley.
Go back to that second. Remember, at one stretch, 10 consecutive pitches missing for Martin.
Here comes that 2-0. That one, a strike on the outside corner. Snap throw back down to first. Back in safe on the dive is Ben Bartles.
Very nice pickup by Jamison Matthew as that throw short hopped him, but he was able to grab it and then try to slap that tag down quickly.
So Parker Martin finding the strike zone on that last pitch. Caught the outside part of the plate. Now ready with the 2-1. That one just a bit low and inside, ball 3. So 3-1 to the second consecutive hitter for Parker Martin. It was a walk on 5 pitches to Ben Bartles, who now gets his lead off first base. Parker Martin looks in. Ready, here's the delivery on the 3-1. That one outside, ball 4, so back-to-back walks, which is now the 3rd time in the game that Parker Martin has walked 2 consecutive batters. It was Nick Reeves and Andy Wolf in the 4th, and Ben Bartles and Devin Moxley back in inning number 2. So the second time these 2 batters have been walked on back-to-back occasions.
Looks like a couple of different pitchers loosening in the bullpen down the right field line. In behind the indoor batting cage, really hard to tell. I can get the number on one, and that is Budka, who is beginning to loosen. Thomas Budka, but not sure who the other may be.
Nick Reeves takes strike one. I'm about a letter high on the outer third. Here comes that 0-1. This one ripped into right field. That's going to be a single. Coming in on it is Hunter Coe. Staying at third base will be Ben Bartles. Is getting it in quickly was Hunter Coe in right field, so the base is now loaded after the single from Nick Reeves. On the second pitch he saw, drove the 0-1 into right field.
Well, he's had a very productive day out of the number 7 spot in the order. Now his second hit to go along with a walk has driven in a run as well. The bottom of the order has really done a nice job producing for Musselman.
Here comes Andy Wolf stepping in. He had a RBI double in the second, also walked in the fourth. First pitch to him, a chop down the line. Up with it as Josh Rush sends it home for out number 1, and Brady Weaver will just hold on to it. I think he had a little bit of an issue with a grip on the baseball. It looked like he pulled it out with the complete hand wrapped around the baseball, so not the best grip to throw. That'll go down on the first pitch Andy Wolf sees. He'll ground into the fielder's choice, 5-2.
And a nice play by Rush. The throw to the plate, you cut down the run from scoring. Bases remain loaded.
2 down now here in the top of inning number 6. The first pitch to Sean Hammond. Misses low and inside, ball 1. The 1-0 misses low and away. Good block for Brady Weaver at the plate.
Yeah, that one bounced down in front of the plate. He dropped to the knees, took that one off the chest protector.
Standing at third base is Devin Moxley. Nick Reeves at second. Andy Wolf at first base. That 2-0 to Hammond, lifted into center field, going back onto this chase to Lauder. He will bring it in, a 4-out number 3, so the base is going to be stranded, loaded for Musselman here in the top of the 6th, and that was a prime opportunity for them to try to claw back in to this when they just have 3 outs left to play with, and that'll be in the top of the 7th. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th when we come back. It's Hedgesville 10, Musselman 3.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face. When someone close to you passes away, it's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
Bottom of inning number 6, set to lead it off for Hedgesville. Will be the leadoff hitter, Josh Rush. Rush, Lauder, and West set to step in here in the bottom of inning number 6. Similar to the bottom of the 5th, if they find a way to put 3 runs across, that would be the end of this one. A commanding lead right now, 10-3. So far in this one, 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning for Hedgesville. It was 3 in the top of the second to make it a 4-3 game, going to the bottom half of that inning. Hedgesville answered with 4 runs in the bottom of the second, 1 run in the bottom of the third and the fourth, and we've been scoreless ever since.
Matt, 8 of the 10 runs on the board for Hedgesville have come from the top 5 in the order, and those are the guys that Reeves has to get out right now, starting with number 1, Josh Rush. Then the very dangerous chase to Lauder, Kyle West, Hunter Coe, Brady Weaver. They have produced tonight.
Josh Rush 2 for 3 on the day. The only time he's been retired was in the third when he flied out to center field. First pitch to him, a strike. Bat fell high on the inside third. Strike 1. Nick Reeves back in for his 4th inning of work on the mound in relief. That 0-1 hit sharply to the left side, but Andy Wolf able to come to a crouch and down to one knee and haul it in for out number 1 before it hit the dirt.
Yes.
Good job by Andy Wolf.
Sinking liner, but he stayed with it, made that grab, and Rush, though he hit it hard, has nothing to show for it.
Nope, hit that hard, just happened to hit it right at Andy Wolf. Brings up Chase DeLauder. DeLauder has reached all 3 times in this one, a walk in the 4th, a RBI double in the 2nd, and an infield single in inning number 1. He takes this one into the opposite field. That's going to go into left center. He's going to round first and cruise into second easily with a stand-up double, his 2nd of the day, 3rd hit in this ball game. 56 hits for him on the season to this point.
And now 18 doubles as he has added 2 extra base hits in this one. And he is just a hitting machine right now.
Just feels like it just happened. I know it doesn't. I know he has to put a lot in the offseason, but just makes it look so easy. Brings up Kyle West. The lefty takes ball 1, low and away.
And West has been just as dangerous as anybody in this lineup.
3 for 3 on the day, a 2-run home run, a single, and a double. If he can leg out a triple here, could possibly hit for the cycle. This one a breaking ball hit to the right side. Sean Hammond up with it. Toss over to first, and on the head first slide, it's going to be Kyle West retired as Reeves came over to cover. He dove into first base and was just beat by about a step. So that one going to go down as a 3-1 on the scorebook. For out number 2, advancing to third on that is Chase DeLauder.
Yeah, very close play at first, but our first base umpire, Dave Boyd, right on top of it.
Brings up Hunter Coe. Coe takes the breaking ball in for strike 1. Coe so far in this game, grounded into a fielder's choice, a couple of fielder's choices, also had an infield single. Swing and a miss on the 0-1, now down 0-2.
Yeah, out in front of that one, Reeves kind of pulled the string on it. Coe was looking more for the fastball.
38 pitches coming into this inning for Nick Reeves. Here comes that 0-2. That one misses outside as DeLauder will have to freeze. Came hard off of the screen behind home plate. Going to freeze DeLauder at third base. And the first ball to Hunter Coe.
Bartle's able to get back to it quickly as it carried him back towards him, and a good decision by DeLauder to stay put.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the top of inning number 6. Hedgesville with a 7-run lead, 10-3. Here comes that 1-2 fouled off into the screen in front of the stands down the first base line. So Hunter Coe fights off to see pitch number 5 in this at-bat.
Been a strong effort from Nick Reeves. Really has done a nice job so far in this one, giving up just the 2 runs since he came in relief. He's done the best that he can to keep this close for his team, but Musselman just has not been able to get anything going offensively outside of the 3 runs in the 2nd.
Another baseball onto the field. I think that one coming out of the bullpen. This one down the right field line. So Hammond having to come over and get it. Here's the 1-2. This one lifted into the left field. Going back on it is Ethan Wilson. It's going to be out of here. Home run. And Hunter Coe's going to touch them all. A 2-run bomb for Hunter Coe. Home run number 6 on the year for him. And Hedgesville takes a 9-run lead, 12-3 here in the top of inning number 6.
3 home runs on the day now for this Hedgesville offense, and they are hitting the baseball here this postseason.
Absolutely, and this is a team that you questioned how postseason ready they were coming into the end of the regular season. After a bit, I shouldn't say coming into the end of regular season play. It really was coming into the last probably week and a half of regular season play, a pretty bad to their standards middle of the season, including that trip to Myrtle Beach. Brings up Brady Weaver as Weaver lifts one into right field. Going back on it is Hammond. Has to reverse field again, and that's going to get over his head and down to the wall. So Brady Weaver going to be into the second base with a 2-out double.
Boy, another ball that just continued to carry into right field, and Hammond never got back on it. And we'll have the courtesy runner again, Matt Rupenthal, taking over at second base.
And if Parker Martin can find the outfield here, that may dispel the end of this game. 1 run would be that 10-run mercy rule.
Yeah, he's got a chance to close it out and not have to go back out and toe the pitching rubber. We have Martin at 101 pitches right now. So he would love to end it here without having to go back out on the mound.
First pitch to Martin, low and in the dirt. A good block by Ben Bartles, keeping Matt Rupenthal at second base, ball 1. The sectional trophy up in the press box right now, being held by A.D. Aaron Whitford.
And we were just talking about the power in this lineup and their ability, especially with the guys at the plate in this half inning, and it has come to fruition.
At 1-0, a strike to Parker Martin. Count now 1-1. Out of the stretch is Nick Reeves. Standing at second is Matt Rupenthal, the courtesy runner for Brady Weaver. That 1-1 just a bit outside, ball 2.
Good eye by Martin not to chase after that pitch. Looking for one that he can drive somewhere. Get it out of the infield and bring in that winning run.
Here comes that 2-1 to Parker Martin. That one high and outside, ball 3. Martin, an infield single in the first. One of the 4 infield singles in this ball game. 0 for 2 after that. 3-1 the count. Coming set is Nick Reeves. Here's that 3-1 pitch. This one driven. A pass, Justin Murphy. Rounding third and coming home is going to be Matt Rupenthal. And that will do it. Your section champions are the Hedgesville Eagles. They get the Mercy Rule a win, 13-3 in the bottom of inning number 6. Coming around to score is Rupenthal, coming off the bat of Parker Martin, who drives in his 20th run of the season, and I'm sure probably his favorite one he's driven in this year with 2 down here in the bottom of inning number 6. It was a 2-run, a home run by Hunter Coe with 2 outs, then a double by Brady Weaver and a single for Parker Martin. Your final here from Eagle Field, 13-3. We will be back with the post-game show coming up next. Again, your final here, the sectional final. Hedgesville, your section champions, 13-3 over Musselman.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
He literally saved my life. It's just mind-boggling to me that he was able to do what he did.
We're able to affect much more of a difference for our patients with these resources.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
They treat you great, and they're down to earth in the West Virginia way that all West Virginians treat each other.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location.
The game may be over, but don't go away just yet. We've got a complete game recap, analysis, stats, the player of the game, and we'll prepare you for our next broadcast. All on the postgame show. So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast.
Welcome back in to the Procter & Gamble broadcast booth. Procter & Gamble in Berkeley County is now hiring. Go to pgcareers.com to apply. This is the post-game show brought to you by the Final Score, with plenty of screens to watch the games, pool tables, trivia nights, and great food and drink selections. Meet your friends at the Final Score at 1517 Winchester Avenue, just south of Martinsburg. Let's get started looking at the scoring recap. And Matt, it was all Hedgesville all the way except for the top of the second inning. Let's start in the bottom of the first, where it was 4 runs coming across for Hedgesville, 5 hits in that first inning, bringing those 4 runs across, 1 walk as well. A 2 RBI double by Brady Weaver, a big hit in that inning, a 2 RBI double for Jameson Matthew as well, bringing in those 4 runs. 3 runs in the top of the second inning, so you're thinking, okay, this is going to be one of those games. We've seen a couple of them this year. It's going to be who can score the most runs in this one and who can get into double digits first. Obviously, a win, you're going to score more runs, but who's going to get into double digits first? Top of the second, 3 runs for Musselman. It was an RBI single for Nick Reeves, an RBI double for Andy Wolf. Some fielder's choice action going on, a couple of big rundowns, but a total of 3 runs scored in that second inning. Then we go to the bottom of the second inning. 4 more runs, including a 2-run home run, an RBI double. That 2-run home run by Kyle West, an RBI double for Chase DeLauder, and then a solo shot for Brady Weaver. Going to the bottom of the third, 1 run on a RBI double for Kyle West. In the bottom of the fourth, actually let's make that bottom of the fourth the RBI double for Kyle West. In the bottom of the third, it was grounding into a double play, Ty Snyder, but did score Jameson Matthew from third base. Scoreless in the fifth for both teams. In the sixth, it was a double for Chase DeLauder. Then out number 2 came by Kyle West, and you're thinking, all right, we're going to play 7 here. A 2-run home run by Hunter Coe, a double for Brady Weaver, and then the game-winning or mercy rule-winning single for Parker Martin past Justin Murphy into center field gives us our final score of 13-3. Matt, just initial thoughts.
Well, we got a lot of what we expected in this one. I mean, this Hedgesville offense had been pounding the baseball. We wondered if Trevor Sharp was going to be able to hold them down, and giving up the 4 runs in that first inning kind of gave you an indication of the way that this one just might play out. I think it was a case where Musselman just kind of ran out of firepower, so to speak, ran out of guys that they could put on the mound as they were playing for their 4th straight day, while Hedgesville was coming off of that day of rest and playing just their 3rd game in this tournament.
We'll be back to break down the stats coming up next in the post-game show. Again, your final from here, Hedgesville 13, Musselman 3.
When you're hurting, we're here. When things are confusing, we're here. When you need answers, we're here. Brown Funeral Home. We've been caring for families like yours for generations, since 1880. Whether you want to plan ahead or you need us now. Our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown Ranson. We're here when you need us.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
He literally saved my life. It's just mind-boggling to me that he was able to do what he did.
We're able to affect much more of a difference for our patients with these resources.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
They treat you great, and they're down to earth in the West Virginia way that all West Virginians treat each other.
Welcome back into the post-game show. Hedgesville celebrating with that sectional trophy right now. Everybody getting their own picture. The Region 2 Section 1 champion Hedgesville Eagles. They get the win over Musselman, a 13-3. Hedgesville, the number 2 seed. The Applemen getting the 4th seed in this year's tournament. Time to take a look at the post-game stats brought to you by Dynamark Atlantic Security. Hey, don't become a statistic. Protect your family and home with the local alarm professionals at Dynamark Atlantic Security. They have the solutions to meet your needs and local monitoring as well. To learn more, call Ben Copenhaver at 304-671-2158. All right, let's start with the Musselman Applemen. Pitching, getting the start was Trevor Sharp. He went 2 innings, gave up 8 runs on 10 hits, struck out 2, walked 1. Coming in relief was Nick Reeves, 3 2/3 on the mound, giving up 5 runs on 7 hits, no strikeouts, and walked 2. Just 4 hits for the Musselman Applemen. A double for Ethan Wilson. It was a couple of walks apiece for Ben Bartles and Devin Moxley. They walked back-to-back in 2 separate occasions, the 2nd inning and the 6th inning. A single for Nick Reeves, actually a pair of singles for Nick Reeves. He also drove in a run and a RBI double for Andy Wolf. For the Hedgesville Eagles, Parker Martin went the distance. One heck of a performance. 6 innings on the mound, 3 runs on 4 hits, struck out 6, but also walked 6. He, like you said, Matt, throughout the game, there were points in the game where he just struggled to find the strike zone consistently and would walk guys back to back. Then all of a sudden, he'd come out, retire the next 3, look phenomenal.
It was odd innings and even innings. Again, odd inning, first inning, 3 up, 3 down, boom, no problems. Even inning, second, all kinds of trouble, 26 pitches needed, 3 runs on 3 hits. Odd inning, third, 3 up, 3 down, even inning. Go to the 4th, and with 2 outs, issued back-to-back walks. Ended up throwing 23 pitches. fifth inning, odd inning, 3 up, 3 down, needed only 12 pitches, and then that sixth inning, again, that even inning and a couple of walks along with a single. While he didn't give up a run, he put himself in some peril and again threw 20 pitches. So, if he could muster what he did in those odd innings and put that in every single inning, he'd be even better than he already is.
Let's take a look at some hitting totals for the Hedgesville Eagles. Who didn't hit for them? 17 hits for the Eagles. Josh Rush had a single, also come around to score, also a walk to lead the game off lead the bottom of the first off in inning number 1. An infield single, an RBI double, a double that he would come around to score in the 6th inning on the 2-run home run, and a walk for Chase DeLauder, so 3 for 3 with a walk for him on the day. Kyle West, a double, a single, and a 2-run home run. Looking at Hunter Coe, a 2-run home run in the 6th that put the game basically out of reach and only 1 run away from finishing this one out. He finished 2 for 4 on the day. Brady Weaver, a couple of doubles, also a home run in inning number 2. He would come around to score 3 times. Parker Martin, the game-ending hit, the single past Justin Murphy to make it the 10-run Mercy Rule, the RBI single. He also had an infield single, would come around to score in the 1st. 2 for 3 was Jameson Matthew, a 2 RBI double in the 1st. He would come around to score after singling in the 3rd as well. A walk and a single for Tyler Bubb. And 0 for 2, 0 for 3 was Ty Snyder to round it out. So finishing for Hedgesville, they had 13 runs on 17 hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on. So again, for Musselman, 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, no runners left on. And for Hedgesville, 13 runs on 17 hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. Your Region 2, Section 1 champions are the Hedgesville Eagles. We'll figure out who they will play in that regional final tomorrow. It'll be an 11 a.m. first pitch.
Or perhaps Monday.
Yeah, depending on how things go with rain. And I'm surprised we didn't get a lightning delay here. I saw a couple over right field that I thought could have gone for a lengthy delay. I think the umpires realized heat lightning was far enough away, and this game was out of reach enough for the most part that that was not going to happen. That'll be Hampshire taking on Jefferson tomorrow in Shenandoah Junction. 11 a.m. is the first pitch scheduled. Keep it tuned to our Facebook page, and Mike Emery tomorrow morning in studio as we will give updates on that if that one is canceled. But right now we're scheduling a 10:40 pregame and an 11 o'clock first pitch. Hampshire taking on Jefferson. Jefferson, the overall number 1 seed in the region. I want to thank all the folks here at Eagle Park for their help, hospitality, both head coaches for interviews and starting lineups, also statistics going into this one. A big thanks to all of our sponsors. And Caleb Falero back at the studio doing the dirty work. Make sure you stay tuned in tonight, the first night of Law Enforcement Live, as we are live with the Berkeley County Sheriff's Office. That'll be from about 9:30 until midnight tonight, so who knows what you're going to see going around the streets of Martinsburg and Berkeley County. Big thanks to John Alderson on the camera. Matt Miller doing the play-by-play half the time. Me doing play-by-play half the time. We will be back with this same crew pretty much tomorrow. Now, Caleb, congratulations to him. Going to be down at a graduation, getting his 2nd degree from Shepherd University, so he will not be with us. We'll have Mike Emery back at the studio, but John Alderson will be with us again tomorrow. So for Caleb Falero, John Alderton, Matt Miller, I am Matt Crawford, saying until tomorrow at 10:40, we'll see you then.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Miller Honda, Cox Holiday Professionals CPAs, the Brown Funeral Homes, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the Marius Group at Ameriprise Financial, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, Parsons Ford, Bechtel Jewelers, Procter & Gamble, PGCareers.com, WH Miller Systems, D&N Auto, The Mortgage Center, the Hagerstown Suns, Haas's Steak and Sea, Bears Repair, The Final Score, and Atlantic Security.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talk radio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.